Welcome back, everyone, to our second episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. We're just trying to get to know these girls, see what they like. Hopefully, wind up in a lovely relationship with one of them.
That's what we like about them young literature girls. We get older and they stay the same age.
Oh, Eleno. Please, not now.
Marsha. Oh. Hi again, Beffrey. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Beffrey's so depressing.
Oh.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Beffrey. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me that you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Sorry for the burp. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Oh, shots fired, bitch. Don't make me cut you up.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Oh.
Manga is literature. Manga is life.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
That's right. Don't worry, guys. Beffrey always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting.
Shut the fuck up, Beffrey.
That was a little delayed one. It didn't hit until like a few seconds later.
And you almost set your house on fire once.
She's passive aggressive. Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
Oh.
How come? You and Beffrey can become good friends too.
Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh! You even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori.
Huh? Me?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it's a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I don't want you to feel left out.
But I want you to read the Karma Sutra.
So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy.
Chapter 12.
It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
Making poems for dummies.
And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is
My chance.
Water.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
Waifu.
She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much.
The Cat in the Hat, girl, I love it.
Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this.
What book is it? I'm curious.
I enthusiastically take the book.
Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Ugh.
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there?
Frickin' Monica. Or should I say, Monica? She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your own collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
That's right, fucking Natsuki.
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the hall.
Manga. I mean, that's
Manga.
Manga.
Oh, God. You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. You look like a turtle nerd.
Oh.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a long volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
My whole Bible Black collection is complete. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls.
Oh.
It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the damn.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Beffrey. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands.
I see.
I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses.
Oh.
It's exceedingly moe.
What the fuck is that? Don't just stand there.
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet.
Whoa.
She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills.
Trapped in the closet.
She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Oh, wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
I have no ass, so really, it doesn't make a difference. Chairs wouldn't work.
Natsuki.
Nuts.
Oh. I like how you guys are saying, Natsuki. Natsuki. We can't read at the same time like that. Whoa.
Why is that?
Oh.
I guess it's easier to be closer together like this.
Oh. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, okay?
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me.
Oh.
Sorry.
Very scooching, huh?
I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing has really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looked like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot?
Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is just about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. He had a big beck. But that just helps you know the characters.
Damn. Get to know your character.
And besides, it's still entertaining. He worked at the Chippendales. But later on, there's all kinds of drama.
Magic Marcos.
Like when they all get into their backstories and some of the romance starts to happen.
Oh, shit.
That's what really makes it so good. There are so many touching parts.
Oh, God. Can I not?
Whoa.
Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean?
Ugh. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power.
Oh.
Good save.
This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well,
Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something.
yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
Oh.
That's
Heyo.
just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge?
Whoa.
We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
I'm secretly trying to snatch your soul from your body. Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean?
He's low-key hitting on all these girls. He's like low-key hitting on all these girls. Like he wants all of them.
You don't?
You can't have one. He wants both.
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Do you seriously think I would share Bible Black with just anybody? Could you not rub it in? Jeez.
Sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face, then slit their throats.
I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge much. Less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
I totally forgot that happens.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's always so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. You fucking peasant.
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone. Are y'all ready for today's poems?
Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry, bitch. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there.
That laugh scared the shit out of me.
Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens?
Yeah, but... Monica just said...
Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you.
Huh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. Just don't leave any cum stains on the pages.
Oh.
I don't want the shit to be all sticky.
Sexy muffins.
It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. And of course, the thing I mentioned earlier, I'll kill you too.
By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through some of this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face.
Gonna miss Dragon Ball Z.
Or am I scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends.
No chill.
I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done these before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from the spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
Okay, so let me take a drink real quick.
So,
So, which poem do you guys want to read?
Should we leave it to a game of chance?
What do you mean?
We flip a object.
Well, there's gonna be objects we gotta flip a lot. Well, let's see. Well,
well,
who are you guys interested in more?
So Yuri is interesting to me because she's dark and scary and shit.
Okay.
But obviously he's like Monica bomb as fuck. And then Sayuri's like the side chick that's a little dirty. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just based on his
I think I know what you mean.
based on the way he said about the papers, he's like, this bitch crumbling.
Yeah. But so you're interested in Yuri?
Yeah, she's interesting.
Okay, who are you interested in?
Well, I see too. Well, Sayori and Monika really want to have no problem sharing theirs, but the other two are more reluctant.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you guys feel about should we press the reluctant ones or try to or go for the ones that actually want to show their
Well,
stuff?
which one have you liked so far?
Well, I'm kind of biased because I'm voicing Yuri right now.
Okay.
So,
I'm feeling Yuri too.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well then.
So
Yeah.
that seems to be like okay.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair.
Hell no.
Mm,
You little shit.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it.
Ah, so it's that bad.
No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right, it's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them.
Oh, she's gonna fucking tear your shit apart right now.
I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate.
You said you're ignorant.
In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Yeah, she's about to rip your shit.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things.
School your shit.
I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsu can be a little bit biased though.
Biased? How?
Well,
I heard you.
never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Oh.
That's computer writing right there.
Ghost under the lights.
Can you read that, or do you want me to read it?
Oh, am I supposed? Oh, try.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what voice you want to do, but
Ghost under the lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
yeah, that seems to be it.
Yeah, I'm saying. She got skills.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
We're just dumbasses,
I
Yuri.
know.
Don't worry about it.
It's just illiterate, don't worry.
Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you in a ghost, Yuri?
I don't know if I understood the poem or not, but that seems like an Ollie thing to pick out of everything.
Huh? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Beffrey.
Really?
Yeah. When? When was
I
it ghost?
must have totally missed that point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poet that often expresses their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Okay. I guess this is a good part to pause it. Interesting how I didn't see anything about a ghost being brought up in that poem. I don't know if you guys got that sense.
I wasn't paying attention. I was busy trying to read.
I just saw like someone bathing.
But I guess we'll read the other girls' poems when we come back from the next episode. I hope you guys enjoy this. Stay tuned for more. Oh.
Semen. I need to use the restroom.
Sweet juice.
Okay, they're intentionally trying to provoke something
What?
with her.
What, Elena?
They're
What are they trying to do?
provoking her because they didn't say shit about a ghost. She brought up a ghost.